Hello everyone, Darren Rawlings for Emerging Civil War. Now we're doing a special little video series for you that we're calling ECW Authors Get Illustrated. Over the last half of year or so, several of our authors, contributors and good friends have contributed volumes to a series published by Casemate Publishing in collaboration with Savas Beatie. And the series is called Casemate Illustrated. And joining me at this time is Dave Powell. Welcome, Dave.
Well, thank you for having me.
Excellent. Could you start by telling us what's the titles of your Casemate Illustrated books, please? Because you have two, don't you?
Yes. The title is The Atlantic Campaign, 1864. Volume 1 is Sherman's Campaign to the Outskirts of Atlanta. And then Volume 2 is Peachtree Creek to the Fall of the City. When I was first asked about doing this project, I said, well, I don't think we can do it in just one volume. Pardon me. I think we're going to need two volumes. We are, after all, talking about 4 months of activity. Yes. And they agreed. They said no problem. And so that's how I ended up with a 2-volume set, basically.
Yeah, and so my first question was going to be, how did you become involved in this project in the first place?
Well, I knew who Casemate was, but my publisher, Ted Savas of Savas Beatie, who works closely with Casemate, reached out to me and said that Casemate was trying to do a series of these illustrated volumes on various Civil War battles, and as far as I know, perhaps some other U.S. military campaigns. But Ted asked me would I be interested in doing the Atlanta campaign, because I'm already writing a very large military history series, a 5-volume study of the Atlanta campaign for Savas. And I thought it was an interesting idea, and I agreed. And we took it from there.
Okay. And so was there any new sources, archives or methods to explore to bring a fresh perspective to this narrative? Or are you just drawing on what you were already sort of doing in your, like you said, your Savas Beatie collaboration?
Well, I was fortunate that I was already working on Atlanta, because I think I have a lot of new sources, a lot of archival material that hasn't really been used before, that I was able to add to port over really to the Casemate illustrated volumes as well. Not all of it, of course, but certain perspectives and certain points of view that I was able to use that I don't really think have been used that much before, if at all.
Mm-hmm. Were there any challenges you had to overcome along the way to put these two books together?
I am not by nature a visual guy. So when my first thought when asked to do an illustrated history, a history that would be strong on, images and visual aspects, I thought this might be a little bit of a challenge for me. I don't automatically see pictures when I think about writing. Some people are very visual, others are not. But it did give me a chance to start looking at some older publications, some source material from the late 19th century, that a lot of line drawings and woodcuts that had illustrated regimental histories and earlier Civil War material that hadn't really been used a lot. So that was one source that I was determined to try and bring as many of those over to this new series as possible. Also, I thought there's not a lot of color images, period, that are available. There's certainly a lot of color modern paintings and illustrations by artists like Don Troiani and things, but in terms of period photography or aspects like that, it's largely a black and white world in the 1860s. So finding available artistic renditions was also a bit of a challenge. Mm-hmm. But in the end, we found more, or I found more than I thought I would, and we had a large number of good images to select from.
Excellent. And what was your favorite part, Dave, of writing and putting this project together?
Probably exploring the woodcuts in line drawings that were in the regimental histories, and some of the Century Magazine illustrations. Just finding those older images that many I had never seen before, and so I was able to. I laid eyes on them for the first time and was also able to use them. That was a lot of fun.
Excellent. And one more question. So on a personal level, what is it like for you, not just to be part of this project, but to actually, get your name on the cover of a Casemate Illustrated book?
Well, I like Casemate a great deal. I have an interest in British military history, World War I especially. Casemate is one of those popular British publishers that already has some very cool stuff, and so I thought it would be really, really nice to be a part of that. I was pleased, very pleased.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, for coming on and telling us about your two books. Again, the Atlanta Campaign 1864, Sherman's Campaign to the Outskirts of Atlanta, and we have, again, the Atlanta Campaign 1864, Peachtree Creek to the Fall of the City. And thank you again, Dave.
Well, thanks.
And of course, if you would like to get hold of a copy of these fantastic book series, www.casematepublishers.com. And all that is left to say is we'll see you online and on the battlefield.